One of the things that hampers parenting is assumption. We assume that, oh, the child knows. He knows that I'm a disciplinarian. He will not try it. He knows the kind of parent he has. She knows that I don't take nonsense. And with that, you are so comfortable with it as parents, and you are not even making attempt to do all that type or do a check-in, because you assume that your child knows that you are a disciplinarian and your child knows that you don't take nonsense. Even in that, do you know that every child will pretend to know? At the end, they do what they like. And this is what is making me tell this story about assumption. Please, if you are a parent, it is important for you to listen to this story to the end, because at the end of the day, you find out that you and I are practicing what these parents did. And if not that something happened, the father would have still be assuming that this is how it is. This is how the child will understand. You know, those fathers that will go about telling people that my child will not do it because my child knows the kind of father he has. My daughter will not try it because he knows we are she knows we are disciplined in the home. But you are just assuming the child knows. Have you ever carried out an enforcement or just to look into the things to actually know if the child is really believing that such a thing is happening, or is just about bluffing? That is what they said, but it doesn't really happen. Here is a story. You see, there is this young teenager. The father is wealthy. When I mean wealthy, the father is wealthy, is a no name in the community. And remember, as a no name, and also has money, work in one of these big companies here in the country. So you will be thinking that everything the child wants, the child gets, because the father is wealthy and a philanthropist for that matter. So if he can do for outsider, why would he do for his children inside? And that was how this man and the wife, they are always very busy, but they make sure they provide everything for the children. And they have this assumption that, oh, they know my principle, so they will always follow it as by my children per se. So they know we don't take rubbish, you shouldn't bring trouble to the home. And truly, the children try as much as possible not to bring trouble to the home. And the parents were cool with it, and everywhere they go, the man is always bragging about his first son, how well behaved his first son is, how he doesn't cause trouble, and so on and so forth. So when people see the first son, they are always praising the boy because the father speaks good of him. So one day, this young boy decided to tell the father that all this while, since we've grown up to this stage, we've not visited our relatives. None of our relatives will even know their places. Can I go and visit any of your siblings, your brother per se? And he said he keep denying, he keep telling the boy no, that he doesn't want that. What does he want to go and do in his brother's house that he cannot give? But the boy was still trying to convince the dad that, oh, it is not all about giving. I just want to know my cousins, know your brothers, and also have a few, so that when people are talking about their relations, their relation in the school, I will also have something to talk about mine. I can tell them this is how my cousin is, this is how we enjoyed our holiday. So the boy actually made sense, and the father sees reason why he should send his son to his younger brother's place. So luckily, they booked the flight and sent him down to go and meet them. The younger brother was very happy because this was even the first time he's even seeing the boy, and seeing his senior brother or elder brother's child. He was so happy, and the cousins and all that they've not actually seen. And this boy is already in the upper secondary, so they were happy and welcomed him because he's their cousin and a nephew. So they opened their home, and they never really thought anything was going to get wrong along the way. So before you know what, why they were still in the euphoria of, oh, my cousins, they were going out and all, they noticed that money started getting missing. And they were now wondering, who could be doing this? How could money all of a sudden get missing? Initially, it started with 10,000. Before you know, it entered foreign currencies. And they were now wondering, who is taking this thing? It's just them. They started thinking maybe the nanny, they just changed. They must have been the one doing it. But this nanny have worked with them for some time before the before now? Why has it not? Why was she not doing it? Why now? Everybody started suspecting. According to the story, everybody started suspecting themselves. But with the children, they knew that within themselves, they are not the one that did it. They are not the one doing it, because why would they steal? Why would they take what is not belong to them? Because it was a rule in the home that you don't take anything that don't belong to you, and if you must take permission. So they began to wonder, and it became so bad that everybody started hiding their things, because before you know, you are looking for this one, you are looking for this, and this is not what was being done, what has been happening in the home. But they just noticed a sudden change, and the atmosphere in the home became very tense. So the uncle and the wife decided to ask themselves, what could have been the problem? Is it the new boy that came? The wife suggested, is it the new boy that came? And the husband shouted, no, it cannot be, because I know my brother. And why will the son be doing such when the father has enough money? It cannot be. No, 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 no. They should think, because I believe it is not. But the wife was still insisting that, no, since this boy came in, this is what is now happening in the home. We can't suspect the nanny, we can't suspect the driver and the gatemen, because they don't come into the house. The only people within us are the nannies, and we've asked them. They said no, they did not take that. They can search and look at the camera. And the most interesting thing is that this boy beats camera to take this thing. How he does it, nobody knows. And so they were now wondering, who could be this, who could be doing this thing without cameras even seeing the person doing it. So one day they came up with a bold idea and said, let them send the children out so that they will take nothing, even their phones, they should drop it. Then they will search. That's husband and wife decide to tell themselves this is the only solution, so that they will be able to unmask who did this. And that was how they discovered an interesting and shocking discovery. You see, why the children went out with their phones in the home, the parents decide to say, okay, let's search. They call the nannies and call everybody they know they could, so that before they come back, they must have searched everybody. That was how they were searching each of the children's clothes. And lo and behold, when it gets to this young chap that came for holiday, all the foreign money, all the money that have been missing, even some jewelries and all that were missing, they found it inside his bag. And lo and behold, everybody was shocked. What could have been happening? Why is this boy taking money? If he needs, he could have asked us. So why will he go? Why will he stoop so low to be picking this thing? So now they've seen the money. The problem is, how would they now confront this young man to ask him why he was stealing the money? And they've got family meeting. They've sat down, they asked everybody. But they will ask him too. If he mistakenly saw any money and he took it, and in fact maybe nobody has it, he said no, that he didn't take anybody's money. And now the money was found in his pocket. So how can it not be? Let it not be that somebody is trying to set him up and put the money. How are they going to even find out the truth about? So this is not the case of who will bail the cats. So at the end of the day, how are they going to ask these children? Is this a setup, or is it his actions? Why would this boy have such money in his possession, and this money are not his? So they came up with an idea that they will ask the children, everyone at the same time, at different time, they will call them to ask. Let it not be that it was a setup. And the parents, knowing their children, decide to call them one by one after the other, and they all said the same thing, that they don't have the reason to set anybody up, and they don't have reasons why they should pick money that is not theirs. So when he now got to this boy turn, when they called him, they told him if he knows anything about the money. And mind you, the money was not taken from his bag, they still left the money there. So when they asked him if he knows anything about the money, he said no. And that was when they told him that no, we searched everybody's bag, because it was becoming overwhelming and worrisome about the disappearance of money and some important item in the home. And we searched and we saw the money in your bag. And that was where this boy felt remorse and felt shameful. But the words that came out of his mouth was, but there is nothing wrong in it. I do it at home, and nobody has cautioned me to tell me no. And both parents were shocked to look at the boy. I was like, you mean? He said, yes. In the house, I take money, I can pick anything, and daddy has never complained, mommy has never complained. So when I came, I saw money, I felt it was the same thing here, so I was taking it. I never knew it was bad. And the uncle was looking at him like, are you serious for once? And he said yes, that there is nothing wrong. And that was where they started explaining to the boy that no, there is a whole lot of things wrong with you picking things that is not yours. Has your daddy never told you anything? He said no, daddy is always busy, so most of the times we do things that we feel should not offend him, but carrying money is not and something that will offend daddy. So I don't see anything wrong, and I pick money a lot. Anytime I see, I just carry, and daddy has never complained that his money is missing. That was how his uncle was looking at him. Are they going to convince this boy that thank God it was even in his uncle's house that he did it? What if he has gone outside and they branded him a name that ought not to be his own? And at the end of the day, people start insulting the father. They had to now sit down to talk to the boy and said, if daddy has not said it, does not mean that it is wrong. Have you heard about stealing? And have you heard about this and that? And the boy was just shocked because that's the first time he's even hearing them complaining about petty things that has been taken. But because to him, the money he has been taking is even petty, even small compared to the one he is taking in the home. And nobody has ever complained. Mommy, he can go to mommy's room, see money and pick, and mommy has never complained that her money is missing. And according to the boy, mommy does not even know that her money is even missing. So it's just so anybody that says stake, and they ask him, is that how your siblings also do in the house? He said yes, anybody can go and pick money, and since they've not complained, immediately he came here and saw the same thing. He felt that it was, and while they were asking him, he was feeling strange that, oh, maybe that is how it is normal. That was why he wasn't owing up and the initial to tell them that he was the one taking it. You see, assumption is one of the things that destroys parenting, and we don't know. Oh, he's my child. He knows I don't behave like this, so he will not behave. And who said? Now we were trying to not orient the boy, teach the boy that this thing is wrong. If you must take permission, and whenever they say no, it means no. And it was like, why will you say no when I ask you something? Daddy has never said no to me. Mommy has never said no to me. And that was how they try as much as possible, try to orient the boy. And the problem was not even the boy. How are they going to tell their brother that this is what we notice? What are you doing about it? How will they tell their brother that we caught your son stealing, and this your son that everybody has been praising well behaved? How do we tell him now that his son is not well behaved? He's only seeing what is on the surface. So that was how they were. Now the wife had to come up with another plan. When this boy is going, you have to follow this boy down to their house. You can't just send him down, because from the look of things, your brother does not know that his children are engaging in shady activities, because they don't bring problem to him in the home. So he felt that his children are the most well-behaved children in the home. Thank God it was even their money they are even taking. What if it was other people's money? So they came up with the idea, and after the holiday, he told the brother that he's coming with the son to come and see the other children, because it's been a while he saw them, and the last one he don't even know them. So let him come over. That was how he flew over to the city the brother was staying, and he saw the brother, saw the way they were busy, and clearly he was watching. According to, I was watching what they were doing in the home, and I knew that they had zero parenting. Why am I saying this? Because children wakes up in the morning, it is the nanny that does things, what they eat, what they do, anything. They just prepare and they go to school, because father and mother are always very busy. It's good to look for money. That is good, but there will always be a but. What time do you have for the children? Oh, the time you take them out and give driver money, give them card, buy whatsoever you want, anything you need. That is not parenting, because it goes beyond that. How would they not tell their brother the issue was not a problem? Until one day the uncle said he somewhat courage and decided to tell the brother that, do you know so and so thing is happening? The brother said no, nothing of such is going on, because they are so wealthy that even whenever money miss in the home, they will not know, because they don't count it, the money is there. So that was where the brother started explaining everything. And when he called his son to say, everything your uncle is telling me, is it true? The boy said, yes. He never denied it. They said, according to the story, the brother was sharing tears, that he thought that leaving them, giving them everything they want, will even help them to an extent to make sure that they don't convert people things, they don't steal people's things. And he was just assuming, since they were not disturbing him, they had never been complained from the school, they have never been complained from the church, even the environment at home, nobody has complained. So he felt that his children were the most well-behaved children that he can ask for. And at the end of the day, just one visit and it unveiled so many things. If that boy had stayed in that house for 1 month, I wonder what they would have discovered more, beyond what they could comprehend. And that is why I will still repeat it. Assumption is one thing that destroys parenting. And a lot of us parents will always assume, my child cannot do this, my child will not do this, my child know my principle, he can handle it, I know the child I am bringing up. Actually, you don't even know the children you are bringing up, because even the ones that are present are finding it difficult. How much more you that you are not even present? So what is it that you want to show, or what are you expecting? And thank God that he listened to that boy and sent him to this uncle's house. If not, that boy would have grown up with that attitude, left that house with that attitude, and at the end of the day they will brand him a name, and they will even say, with him papa wealth, he is acting like this. And this is one of the reasons why you are pushing weight, you are neglecting your children. It's an error, because there is a long gap. And telling them, go and buy things that you want, do whatsoever you want with the money, so that you will not look at other people, you will not want to convert, is a wrong thing. Sometimes allow these children to earn whatsoever you are giving to them. Let it not be that it is a free will or a free go, you just ask and they are given. Sometimes let them earn it. In earning, you see them, they start knowing the value of money. And that is why the teenagers of this generation, a lot of them don't know the value of money. It is not because they don't even know, because anything they get it at a platter of gold. When you just ask, daddy gives, mommy give. And even if you are asking daddy, daddy is not giving, mommy is there to give. And sometimes when they come, they don't even have time to chat the children one on one. Let's even talk. How are you? How is school? And that is why some of them, you see, for them not to have boarding, they will just bundle them and throw them in boarding school. What happens? Nobody knows. So this is a reminder that assumption is not something you should inculcate in your parenting. And I hope a parents watch this to the end and learn something at the end of the day. Until I come your way next time, this is Mom of Things. And please, if you are new to this channel, please don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to drop a meaningful comment. Give us your advice and we'll listen. Have a beautiful day. And don't forget to watch Question Teenagers Are Asking. It's a very important series. Teenagers are asking questions, and it is good for you to watch. Have a beautiful day.